Very good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us here at the Dakar Arena, Senegal, West Africa. Oh yes, it's time for the BAL Season 3. And well...
Robbie, I think we can expect experience to be a crucial factor in the way that the game unfolds. But this young Stade Malien team, Keita, Amayo, Diarra, Berthe, and that experience at the center position in terms of John Wilkins. Coach Kabakante spoke a little bit about them being back in international competition, but they have got a young, fit and athletic team that comes up against this tried and tested outfit. Jerome Randall, new signing. Thomas coming in for the center position. Bualeg, Leani, and that old yet experienced and very lethal workhorse in Radwan Slimane. You got to know that anywhere on the court that he is, whether he's going to make good decisions, he's still got a very legitimate perimeter threat, and I think it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, the big question is, can US Monastir just spill their fine form into this third season? They came up short against Zamalek in the first season. They produced the goods last season. And there he is. There's the man who can produce wizardry, to be perfectly honest with you. He's got the grittiness underneath this coach here, Miodrag Persic, the Serbian, and he knows how to play big games. It's US Monastir who are going to be looking to try and get off on the right foot and find some hot hands left, right and centre if they can up against Stade Malien. But Stade Malien, you know, as we've seen before, you can't take them, for example, the debutants when they're here. They've qualified for a reason, Q.
The game is to be seen and played on the court. It doesn't happen on paper, and we're about to experience the final two teams in the Sahara Conference. It can go either way, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Well, that's the perfect way to start. Look at that. Suleiman Beat with a slam in there. A beautiful 2 points there to put Stade Malien ahead. That's a great start, isn't it?
Best 2 points we've seen in terms of introduction into the Basketball Africa League.
There you go, Suleiman Beat doing the damage early on, perfectly sorted on that occasion. The ball comes out to Thomas. Thomas with a long-range three-pointer, tidied up by Makan Keita. Keita gets the ball into the hands of Amayo, the Nigerian. A long-range shot coming in down from the right. And it's a good score for John Wilkins, the French-born Moroccan.
Nice opening sequence of play. That was relaxed and under control on the offensive end.
And look at that, there's an offensive foul there, so it's all going Stade Malien way. Now, let's not count our chickens too early. We saw what happened with, there it is, there's the early score. Beautifully done. A tip-off and Bert taking full advantage. We saw with the Quara Falcons earlier on, they took an early lead, and then afterwards they kind of slowed down, and Reg got into that game and obviously went on to win, as we know. But, you know, Stade Malien, they've got to work hard throughout the game.
They have to work hard, but one thing you will know, psychology of the game. If they get into this game early, they will believe that they can win. And it's hard to knock someone when they have momentum. So US Monastir will understand that, and they'll try and get a couple of scores just to, you know, temper the psychological aspect of the game.
Really strong stuff there from Slimane, but he can't get his shot drained. Goes down the flank. Keita right across. Good passing from Stade Malien. But the range is not good there from Wilkins on this occasion. We're still at 4-0.
Nice couple of touches for Wilkins. He looks like he's capable from long range, and he likes to take the shot from mid to long range as well.
Jerome Randall is the new man on the block. The player who's come in to try and provide something a little bit extra. The American linking up with this US Monastir team, of course. And this man here, Leani, drops it in with a beautiful score. The first for US Monastir, just inside of the D. It'll be 2.
Silky smooth in execution. Feras Leani gets his first 2. He's dangerous with ball in hand.
The whistle's been blown.
Wilkins likes the matchup with Thomas and looks to take him off the dribble. He draws the contact. It's going to be interesting. Thomas has come in to replace Atar Majok. And Majok, different kind of player, more defensive prowess. Ibrahima Thomas led the BAL in rebounding in the opening season, and that's probably the main reason that he picked up the contract.
The defense were a little bit lost on that occasion. You can see the reaction there from Slimane saying, where was the block? Where was the block? 6-2, it's Stade Malien in the lead. Randall back out, Liani, Air Tunisia trying to find the points from long range. Just rattles the metal, comes back out. Some call it iron, I call it metal. Goes down the right side and another chance. It goes high, look at that. Beautifully put in there by Ahly Diarra, the captain of the Stade Malien team.
That is fantastic hustle and just staying with the play. The layup was a little bit strong, but Diarra right there to flush it back in.
Liani, Randall goes for a big three-pointer, very high, very dry, and finally it's going to be a pushing call, I think, and they'll get possession back.
This
Stade
Malien team young, they're physical, they get up the court in a hurry. It won't rattle US Monastir. We have a look again, that flash. The announcement, making sure that you know we're here to play. And it's a great way. Second time we've seen them get above the rim, Robbie. They are certainly making an opening statement.
Hey, this is A2. I like this. I like this because we know that, you know, they know, and Kaba Kante knows, the head coach, that they have a big mission on their hands today to try and bring down the giants of US Monastir. And a little bit of skullduggery and a steal there. Get the ball out of the hands of Keita, 23 years of age, the point guard. Nice little layup there from Randall to put an extra 2 on the pile for the Tunisian Giants.
Randall comes in with lots of scoring pedigree, and I think when the game gets tight, they're going to go to him quite a bit. Twice the scoring champion in the National Basketball League in Australia, and he's definitely a good pickup.
Definitely a good pickup. We'll see a lot of him, and he's traveled around the world. And now he's chosen, of course, Tunisia. Long-range shot! There it is, 3 points. Business as usual. Yes, I'm back here in the BAL.
Can't leave him wide open. He's an assassin from downtown.
That's nearly a very good shot as well, coming in from long range. That just doesn't drop him for that man, Bet. Opened the scoring for Stade Malien, and it's an 8-7 scenario here. And
Erdogan Sliman shot it at 48% from the three-point line in BAL Season 2. It looks like he hasn't lost a half a step. You don't want to give him a clean look in rhythm. That jumper is silky smooth.
Yeah, he's an all BAL first team member from 2022, of course, and I think he's got a whole hoard of gold as well from the Tunisian exploits in AfroBasket. Oh, it's Randall going up with a beautiful shot as well, and for the first time today, US Monastir take the lead. It is 8-9, just inside of the D.
Getting into his rhythm, Randall finding his spots and making Stade Malien pay.
Birch this time lacking accuracy with his long-range downtown attempt at scoring. Randall around the outside and losing possession. Had the last touch as Kelvin Amayo of Nigeria just tracked him down.
Randall finding his spots and just looks so comfortable. No contest. It's almost a practice shot, and it'll go in when it comes to Randall with ball in hand.
Kelvin Amayo, there he is, the Nigerian, trying to find a little bit of space, and he just can't get his range. There's the offensive rebound was successful, but it didn't drop in for Diarra. Here's Randall once again. This is for a three-point shot that just comes off the metal, made safe. Nicely done, good defensive play there. Very solid, very slick, and everybody in the right position. Stade Malien, the chance to try and get those points. That is a beautiful layup. And how about that? Suleiman Bet again showing us what he's capable of doing through traffic this time.
I like this cell. I like this. He had frozen Erdogan Sliman and went right by him for the score.
Liani passing the ball around. Sliman. And a chance for Mokhtar Gayaza. Just come on for just a moment to go to put his first points on the scoreboard. US Monastir nudging themselves ahead. 5 from 11 field goals, 5 from 10 for US Monastir.
We're seeing some really great efficient offense by both teams. They're choosing their spots and trying to find the best ways to execute. Commentators curse, the treble comes.
Yeah, absolutely, Bet. Giving the ball back to US Monastir. We got a timeout, we got a time for a little break. We'll be back just in a few moments' time. Stade Malien 10, US Monastir, defending champions of the BAL 11. Welcome back to the Dakar Arena. Stade Malien 10, US Monastir 11 points. I think that they're everybody's bouncing in Bamako, just seeing this opening start for Stade Malien. Fantastic start for Kaba Kante's team. Let's go and talk to Usher, our jewel in the African crown. Usher, come and share. What are your thoughts about Stade Malien? It's a very, very fast start for these boys from Mali.
Well, just looking at what Coach Perisic said before the game, they don't know much about their opponents, and we've seen that in the way that they've approached the game so far. It's a tight game, one-point game, and there's so much to play for in this game. But Stade Malien, they've shown a lot of character coming into this one. They don't care. US Monastir, the defending champions of the BAL, they'll throw everything on this court.
Thanks very much, Usher. Yeah, they edged Bangui Sporting Club into third place playoff in the Western Division qualifiers, final of the FIBA Africa Club Champions Cup, and that was back in 72 and 89. They've got a great history. They're looking to just write a new chapter in Mali and in African history by trying to do something here. And at the start of this encounter against US Monastir, commentators curse, they're playing very, very well. They can stop losing balls like that.
That was great defensive work by Randall, but
yeah.
This team came through the road to the BAL-Africa League. They had to go through qualification, and that helped them, I think, in preparation for sure.
Oh, it's a beautiful three-pointer. Stunningly dropped in there by that man, Suleiman Bert. And again, he's giving us a whole range of shooting options with what he's done so far in this opening quarter.
9 points. Bert has done fantastic work. Again, we talk about shot selection and picking your moments. He's been great in this first quarter. Leads all the scorers on the floor.
And we just had a shot there coming in that didn't drop from Amrou Boualeg. And he was a bit frustrated there. It didn't even, well, it was an air shot, basically. Very frustrating. Air ball. Contact. Air ball for Q.
If there's ever a player that you're going to get tussled up with, it is Radwan Sliman. He's known for his physical style of play, and he's not going to run away from it. He's been on this court for many, many years, and you can see the conversation is happening, but let's see what happens as this game develops.
Very, very physical player, isn't he? And, you know, he'll never turn himself away from, you know, the physical contact on court, and it can get very physical, of course, in a very good way. He will, you know, stand up and be counted for this US Monastir team. They do get possession here. This is a foul from that man Liane, I think.
So the physicality quotient has increased, and the referees are definitely paying more attention to that. They don't want it to get out of hand, because players will start to pick their moments for little elbows and a little bit of extra pushes, so the referees might just get that under control.
Suleiman Bert. And it comes out wide. That's a long-range shot coming in from Wilkins. Off the metal, over the back. Randall picks up. Oh, Liane! There it is, beautifully done. It's an easy little layup there from underneath the basket, just to offer US Monastir the lead, 15-13.
Engine running this offense right now with Randall. That's a great find off a set play. Sees Liane in space, and he finishes with ease.
Amayo going on a bit of a walkabout down there. I think that they'll get possession back.
Tempo has been very controlled. Both these teams are just staying within their offense, and that's okay for the first quarter.
Joaquin Noah, of course, who is an avid follower of the BAL, as we know, but also a great NBA star, Cameroon American, but very much Cameroon. His support for FAP last year was just incredible, and he's actually bringing a lot of investment to Africa in Cameroon with new courts that have been built, of course, which is absolutely fantastic. Great to see giants of basketball getting involved with the BAL and here in Africa.
The game is growing, and so is the VIP list and of royalty inside this hollowed hall. And it's fantastic to see, and that's just the start of the Basketball Africa League in Season 3.
Randall. Jerome Randall. 35 years of age. Oh, that's beautifully done, and a fine, fine dunk there coming in from Dama Mokhtar Gayaza.
Randall has been outstanding in this first quarter.
Here he goes again, and he's just setting it up, and it's a layup, but they've lost possession. That's a little mistake that seeped into their attacking phase there.
He gets called for the blocking foul. He held the defender just on the pass, and referee right there, the path obstruction was called. See the drop-off gets right into the path of the defense coming, and referee there to make that call.
Yes, Suleiman Baer, just, you know, slowing the defender down, I think they can call it.
Illegally. Not allowed.
Not allowed. There was the nice tuck pass there from Randall for Gayaza. Nothing will stop him if it's in his path. He'll pick that up and make sure that that's drained in a big way. Oh, that was a very good pass that unfortunately couldn't snap it up and take it forward. A good opportunity that was for Ruben Chinyelu, who is the Nigerian, of course, who's come through the BAL Elevate. Oh, it's just great work from Chinyelu.
Chinyelu, definitely one of the top prospects coming out of NBA Africa Academy. And spent some time with the Nigerian national team, and has also been committed to Washington State. Rayani through the contact, he gets the bucket and one.
Massive. And great work, really strong stuff. Quality player, Gayaza, Layani, we know what they're doing, and look at that, Layani. He just, you know, nothing will stop him. He's such a determined player the moment that he starts to skip and accelerate off into the paint.
They talk a lot about his ability to attack the rim, and he is superb, and that's why he gets the nickname Air Layani, because he can get up off the ground, but he finishes at a high clip, 68% from the field. That's with contact or without it. And you just get an example of that right there in that last play.
Interested to see the reaction of Jerome Randall going off to the bench. Big pat on the back from Miodrag Perisic. You know, good job, son. You've done well. And it's pretty much that. Absolutely outstanding. Layani on 4 points, 2 from 3 field goals, and a chance for him to extend that.
Giving him just a 35-second break. I'm sure he'll get heavy minutes the way that he's been running and maintaining this offense has Randall in that first quarter.
Mamadou Keita coming on. First little moment, long-range three-pointer. Comes back out. Slimane makes it safe. And just tucks it into the hands of Houssem Mahemli. Another familiar face in this US Monastir team. And this time, the foul going against Kelvin Amayo.
That Malien in the penalty, so it's going to be free throws. And it's not too bad with just 8.5 seconds left. There's nothing to manage. They just have to make sure that their players don't get into individual foul trouble.
Bench looking quite calm and collected, communicating, talking, not twitching too much at the moment. US Monastir 5-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and in a good, strong position.
Sorry, that was only the third foul that correction comes in.
That's been sorted. Long-range shot. Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful shot there coming in. Choya is the man who drops in to say hello. 3 points. And how about that for the end of the first quarter?
Great wide open jumper. Choya comes off the screen, turns, fires, and hits, and that's an exclamation mark on a very clinical first quarter performance.
I think it's time to take a break. 15 points for Stade Malien of Mali. Tunisia, there's US Monastir on 23. Time for a break. We'll be back. Don't go away, please. You're welcome back to the Dakar Arena. Here we are with Stade Malien trailing by 8 points. A 3-pointer just to finish off the end of the first quarter from Lassa Joya, having just come on. Good work from Mahemli as well, just to tuck that book pass into his possession. Here we go then. Let's see what happens as we enter the second quarter. US Monastir showing us what they're capable of doing, clambering back and take season control all of a sudden, Q.
Well, they've been able to convert 11 points from turnovers in that first quarter, and that is a key statistic to how ruthless they are when they force turnovers.
Mahemli spins. Straight through thin air. Stade Malien get possession back. Do up your laces. Yeah, you can't go onto the court, you know, without your laces tied. I keep on telling him, it's always the same, you know, it's absolutely terrible. Come on, Kelvin.
I'm sure he got the message.
Yeah, got the message. He's good. Bagayoko. Here he is. Keita loses possession, picked up here. Choya once again. Oh, it's just a smooth pass into the hands of that man, Ahmed Adami. All of these, most of the starting five on the bench. So it's a chance here for Stade Malien to see what the bench players are like for. Oh, how about that? Steal, put it in, do the business in a big way. That is absolutely sensational. Brian Bridgeforth, the American.
That was all arms. He just managed to come up over the defense, and that's a fantastic finish.
Gayaza doing well and drops in the 2 points as well. Fantastic response there. Keita down into the corner. Here's Bridgeforth, back to Keita. Nigerian Kelvin Amayo. Needs a little bit of movement. Needs some blocking as well. It's very complicated. The big man picks it up. Can't drop it in, I'm afraid, Ruben Chinyelu.
I didn't like that sequence of play. I thought it was just too individualistic on that specific possession for Stade Malien.
It's another long-range shot coming in from the right-hand side. Chira's going for it, isn't he? They got a 10-point lead, US Monastir. And Usher will tell us. Oh, and just have a look at this shot here. That already beautifully done, isn't it? Just, you know, put it away, put it to bed. In it goes. Sensational. And a lot of defense as well. Gayaza just closing down on it.
Just high enough so Gayaza was paralyzed and was able to just get over the defense. Bridgeforth.
Oh, beautiful score as well. Excellent stuff coming from out wide there from Keita. Now we can go to Usher. Usher, what's the feeling on the benches over on your side of the court?
There's a lot of tension on both sets of teams, but really for Monastir, they're a little bit more calmer. They want, you know, to get into this one possession at a time. They know that they're the defending champions, so everyone wants to bring them down, if that's, you know, the right way to say it. But it's, you know, an 8-point lead for them, and they're starting to look good and to get into the rhythm that they usually showcase at the BAL.
Thank you, Usher. Atema Jock, we talked about him. Usher, you pick the brains of coaches. We see Keita goes up. Oh, he just can't sink it. And the foul is committed on Bridgeforth as he tried to follow up with a rebound.
Keita is the veteran, and he really should have finished that. Took the ball out on the break, got up a little bit too strong. Bridgeforth was there on the follow, and I think that's what they call on the contact. But you expect veterans to finish layups, especially with no pressure from the defense.
Manawi gets the foul, and Stade Malien can just reduce that lead a little bit. But we talked about Majok, his presence, you know, in the paint at both ends of the court. I mean, something that everybody's still talking about from the past two BALs. Oh, there's a former NBA star that we know extremely well, of course. Ibrahimi. A wonderful player in his time and also a great supporter of the BAL.
Fantastic that we have basketball royalty in the house for sure. And we will continue to showcase just how diverse this wonderful sport of basketball is.
Connections with France, of course, but also Benin. Oh yes, another wonderful West African nation. Oh, Choya gets the ball out. There's a long-range shot coming in, Manawi, but it comes back off the metal, tidied up, and at the other end, a chance. That is nicely done if it goes in. Gotta get it in. Another chance for a rebound. Oh, it goes up. It's just wildly flinged up in the air and doesn't sink. That has been tamed and picked up by Choya.
Two possessions that should have been converted by the Stade Malien team. They've got to get those buckets if they want to have a say later on.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, isn't it, Hugh? They've got to make sure that's really, really strong attacking play there. Manawi, he wasn't going to let loose. He wasn't going to let go of the ball there.
Every single part of that play was physical in every way, and he managed to get the soft finish on it.
It's as though he hit the ball in a pocket, zipped it out, carried it through, took it out, and then drained it. Long-range shot coming in, and it's another effort there, this time coming from that man, Suleiman Bet, off the metal, picked up by Randall, tidied up here. 6 left in the first half. Foul committed. But it's Chinyelu, I think, who's picked up. Is that his second?
The foul was actually on Konate.
Konate, sorry, yeah. You're right.
Who was just come in, and it's on the cover. Randall again back in the game, and as he breaks down the defense, the contact on the shot is called. Tempo of the game hasn't gone away from either team. What we have seen is that Stade Malien can get out on the break. They are pretty fast getting up and down the floor, but the balance on the defensive end from US Monastir has been good as well.
But this is a scenario, and Kante saying, you know, it was 27-20 just a few, literally seconds ago. They had a chance to get 2 points, so, you know, when all of a sudden it's a 10-point lead, you've just got to understand just how quick it changes.
Details and ability to finish matter. You've got to finish under pressure and take the buckets that are given.
The pensive look of Radwan Slimane. Amayo. Good bit of support play there from Bet. Use the bigs. Shot clock down to 3 seconds. Long range effort coming in. Again, it hasn't been sunk. That is, whoa, beautifully done. And that's another one of those, you know, let's get rid of it, let's sort it out, let's make sure that it's been drained. Brian Bridgeforth making bridges big time there.
Building bridges. Bridgeforth has literally been playing above the rim and dealing in dunks at this stage.
Excellent play and good work from Ibrahima Thomas, the Senegalese giant. 36 years of age, of course, 2 meters and 8. And on the charge, going through, Manawi gets knocked off his balance. And you can see this from Bert. There he is. The charge has been called, and afterwards, loss of possession. And all of a sudden, it's an 11-point advantage.
Another look at that throwdown with authority. One hand put back right over the defense, and Thomas, I hate to say it, it's part of the BAL series of posters in 2023.
Yeah, how many posters have you got so far?
We've got 2.
5 points for Mr. Bridgeforth, 2 so far. Whoa! Oh, he's got it all, isn't he? Firas Liani, when he wants to go, he goes. Gayaza, quite happy with that.
Clinical. Absolutely clinical.
Beautifully done. Into the paint, off the boards, and a great score that is for Kelvin Amayo. Got to score those points, got to take advantage of possession.
Small margins.
Randall flings the ball back out. There's a chance it comes out to Liani. Liani go into the paint, He's going to lose possession, still keeps possession. Long-range shot coming in, and, well, I'm afraid that Thomas can't drain that three-pointer. He's left a little bit frustrated after that attempt. And I think that we have a timeout's been called. Stade Malien 24, US Monastir 35, 4 minutes left in the first half. We're going to take a break. See you in a moment. Welcome back to the Dakar Arena here for the end of the second quarter. And 11 points, US Monastir leading. Keita on the ball. Keita for Stade Malien, long-range three-pointer. Oh, it's just a little bit off the radar, play it down, which is not a good thing, and I think that is a good score at the other end. But Amayo's down, and we need to see if he's okay.
He went down hard Amayo,
yeah.
and hasn't moved since, so that might be very concerning right now. You see the concern from his teammates and coach as well.
Yeah, shouldn't move too much. Let's just hope that it's not too serious. He's going to be okay. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, he got hit in the head. In fact, it was the flailing arm of that man, Liani. And when you get hit mid-air and then you come down, of course, you know, I mean, whatever's in front of you becomes, you know, an obstacle.
It's an accident, but my, that can be quite dangerous. And you know, you can see he went down immediately, and it's going to be seen to, because that looked like a little bit of whiplash as well. And we're not doctors; we're just trying to look at the picture and what was unfolding in front of us. But that contact with the arm, very tricky.
Yeah, absolutely. And Liani doesn't mean any harm. He's just a physical player. That's just, you know, there's nothing intentional in that, as we saw from that replay. We'll keep you updated with the information regarding Kelvin Amayo, who's being treated as we speak. He's already moved, you know. I mean, it's just a question of, you know, maybe he needs to sit down and take a moment. Let's hope that it's just that. Anyway, the BAL have got fantastic doctors in position. The medical staff is exceptional, and everybody is already there. And got their own BAL doctors who are here right from the very start to make sure that everybody working, who's actually in the arena, in the setup, will get treated properly.
They certainly do, and in the meanwhile, the referees have also triggered the instant replay system, and it can be triggered on any contact that occurs between players, any altercation. So I think they ruled this as that, and they're just having a look off camera while Amayo is being seen to as well.
Yeah, 24-38, so we'll just take a moment just to make sure that everything's okay. As you can see, Stade Malien, and just 14 points behind. Just while we wait, we're going to see images. Oh, he's up on the screen now. He's up on his feet. It wasn't talking about that. I was talking about some things. Just reviewing the images to understand exactly the extent of the physical contact. He had his back to him. It was, you know, well, anyway, my interpretation is not the referee's interpretation. There they are, just having looked at the replays.
So again, this is the instant replay trigger. They're gonna think it through and discuss it through in terms of interpretation of basketball law and contact. And again, they can ascertain whether it was a foul and the nature of the foul.
Yeah, let's go to Asha. She's got a little bit of information for us, having spoken to one of the medical doctors, I think.
Yes, Robbie, just speaking to the BAL medical team as well as the medical team from Stade Malien, saying that he got a hit in the mouth and there's been a bit of blood, but he's gone out to get proper treatment in the dressing room, and we hope that he'll get better. We'll keep you updated, Johnson.
Thank you so much, Asha. That's great. And we're just waiting for the officials to give us their final verdict on what happened there. Leani's just waiting to see if it was what kind of a foul it was. If it was a foul.
But I think in terms of official wording, it will...
Go on, carry on. I know that you like the official wording. Go on, Q.
It will fall under if the officials or any player or coach is engaged in a physical fight, hostile physical altercation with another player, coach, official, or fan. So, again, we said it's accidental, but they will pull it under that particular clause to have a look at it.
So it's under that umbrella, isn't it, at the end of the day? And then we'll the interpretation. And you can see Leani's actually trying to explain that, you know, his stance, which is totally normal because he gets the backing from Miljan Perisic, but it doesn't come down to that. It's about the level of danger, I suppose.
Robbie, just to give you an update, the crew chief, Nate, has decided that if the player is unable to shoot the 2 free throws, the coach will have to decide. And as they brief the players on the court, just look at that replay there.
Yeah, so, there it is, sportsmanlike foul for Firas Leani, and you know, it's also about awareness on court. You know, the flailing arms, could be players behind you, you've got to be a little bit careful. It was one of those situations, so he has been pinged by the officials, and which means that we're going to go to the free throw line. At the same time, Kelvin Amayo of Nigeria is getting dealt with, as you said, Usher. So this is kind of been resolved.
Yeah, so of course Amaya is unable to shoot those free throws, and it seems that Coach Kaba has decided that Makan Keita, who is the captain of Stade Malien, will be the one to shoot the 2 free throws.
Thank you very much, the point guard, the 23-year-old point guard, and there's still a bit of conversing going on. We want to get back to business, don't we, Q? But, you know, you've got to resolve these things. And the great thing is the officials here at the BAL, they are of the highest quality, and they will make sure that everything's set in stone before we can actually go on, which is great.
All aspects of the decision are covered, and now, once it's been made, this break and play might benefit Stade Malien, might allow them to just reconfigure and come back and see if they can build on this momentum. But it also allows a 4-point swing. The game was starting to get away from them a little bit.
Keita. Here's Mamadou Keita. We've got Makan Keita. Oh, beautifully done. Look at that. Honestly, Suleiman Bird, you know, just spinning, falling back, and then just lets it go. And a beautiful score.
He's showcasing all aspects of his offensive game so far, and it looks like it certainly has a wide variety of options.
Manawi. Leani. Manawi gets it back in the pocket. Tries to get past Bert, and he goes up for the layup. This time it's not good. No one to go for the rebound offensively. And Keita goes for a big three-pointer. Sliman's there to tidy things up.
Still can't lock in his radar from long range. Can Keita.
But when it happens, it's going to be quite dangerous, I think, for Stade Malien. Sliman. Is Thomas. Beautiful shot. A big 3 coming in from Thomas there. Ibrahima Thomas, the Senegalese recruit here for US Monastir.
He is a big man who loves to shoot the 3-ball, and they were looking for him in that on that baseline.
Keita, nicely done, sumptuous stuff. That's Aliou Diarra, who just took the pass right in front and just, well, sinks it beautifully.
Great execution again on the play at 61% from the field. High efficiency rate for US Monastir against the 41 of Stade Malien.
Got to sort that out. They've got to make it better, and they've got to work on that. Ibrahima Thomas again at long range.
A little bit of a heat check from Thomas.
Oh, that's another beautiful score. Dunked in sumptuously. Aliou Diarra. making his mark here for Stade Malien.
They move the ball meticulously down the court, Stade Malien. They find players in the right position. That was a beautiful transition play.
There's some really, really good synergy between Bert and Keita and, of course, Diarra. The three of them, they've got some kind of a mystical understanding between them, Q.
They certainly do. Great chemistry.
Ooh, another, just running into another, I think it was into Layani again, I think.
Layani right in the wars at this point.
Just talking about Layani there, who fouled Kelvin Amayo. Amayo has been ruled out of the rest of this game, will not be coming back, and we wish him a quick recovery.
Thank you for the update, Asha. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's all about, you know, being healthy and getting back to 100%. And, you know, let's look after the welfare of anybody who's actually getting out to the court, anybody here within this world. And Layani, this is unbelievable, isn't it? Layani picks up his fourth foul, of course, and
I think he's been ejected.
He's been ejected. We just saw him walking. Look, he's walking away, and he's. Yeah, he has. He's been ejected. You're absolutely right. This is. And he can't believe it. But they're the rules of the game.
Very, very interesting turn of events here for Firas Liani and US Monastir.
It's kind of uncharted territory for them, isn't it? I think it's... Yeah, so it is a fourth foul. So yeah, just to clarify the situation, so we will get the chance to come on, but it might be for the last 7 or 8 minutes, Q, which is crazy. And he's like, oh, this is, you know, this is not what I wanted to write about here in this chapter of the BAL.
And we'll likely only see him again in the fourth quarter.
And we know how important he is to US Monastir. They do have other options, of course, but when we talk about Firas Liani, he basically is one of the main key components of this US Monastir team, and one of them that actually led the Tunisian Giants to BAL success and became the king of Africa last year. So, you know, big blow for them.
Big blow indeed.
Oh, look at that reverse score. They're coming in beautifully done, sumptuous as per usual. Ahly Diarra coming to the fore and putting in some more scoring. DRS and an 8th point for him.
He has been so active around the rim, especially on the offensive end. He's got long arms, picks up rebounds, and stays active.
Last minute of the first half. And as you can see, Randall picking up the ball on the free throw line. And a 4-point game, all of a sudden, things have turned around. There was 11 at one point. They've kind of been rattled. This is not part of the master plan, of course, for Miodrag Perisic. Didn't expect this to happen. And here he is, Randall with 8 points, 3 from 6 from the line.
It was all that sequence of fouls and calls, and also credit to Stade Malien, who able to knock down big free throws and convert those possessions to just bring themselves back in this one.
Into double figures, Randall goes, first player in US Monastir to have got themselves into double figures. Of course, on the other side, we see what Bert's created. Opened the scoring, scored like it was going out of fashion. But that's good free throw shooting, that is, from Jerome Randall. And again, the long-range shooting comes to nothing. That's another, you know, some of these physical hits that are coming in, going in maybe a little bit too hard. Gayaza on that occasion, chucking himself into the challenge. You'll see this when he comes around. I don't. It wasn't actually Gayaza, was it?
No, not based on the video, not at all. The call
I
comes
think
in.
it's Thomas, wasn't it? Yeah, Thomas. And look, foul number 3.
Because of the physical nature of the game right now, the referees are blowing it really tight, and the foul count is multiplying quickly. US Monastir, but 2 bigs in foul trouble.
As I said, uncharted waters for this, for the defending champions. Got to score those. Tiara missing from the line. A little bit unfortunate there. They get the ball back, of course, as you can see, US Monastir. We saw Brian Bridgeforth there, just sat down watching from the side of the court. Spent some time playing in Mongolia. There you go. That's a little nugget of information.
Fantastic bit of insight, and there's a timeout called, 34.1 seconds left. It's been disjointed play because of the nature and physicality of the game, but it has been interesting for sure, because I spoke about it a little bit earlier, momentum, psychology of the game, Robbie, and right now it's been Stade Malien fighting back through clinical makes. They have to continue this to keep their physical style of play. They are young and they will push the ball up the floor. They rebound aggressively. You got to get your body in front of them, and that can cause the high foul count that we've seen because coverage on them is difficult.
So physical. There's Leani, as you can see. He's pretty annoyed with himself. You know, and he'll probably look back and say, they were the right calls that were made. He can't really complain. We know that he plays a physical game, but today, you know, you just got to be a little bit smarter. We've got really good officials here. They don't want physical, you know, physicality to become a priority for players. Good basketball, great basketball, it has its place, but not too physical.
Physicality is great, and it's an important part of the game, but it has to be played in the right way. As long as players are not getting hurt, there's nothing wrong with bumping, pushing it, and trying to fight for the ball.
But the moment that you go over, that's when the officials will step in, and that's what we've seen today. That's what we're trying to say, basically. You understand, guys? Come on. 37-44, Stade Malien you're trailing by 7. Randall again looking to try and drop in with another score. Thomas, oh, that's beautifully done, and he tries to go for the rebound again. Another chance, gets the ball, 3rd attempt, and did that come off the metal, I think, yeah?
Back the metal part of the rim and underneath the rim, so it will be.
So it's declared out of bounds, basically.
Declared out of bounds.
There
it will be Stade Malien basketball. 11.1 seconds for them to try and create something on the final possession.
They don't want to lose possession. They're trying to get a score. Last chance, big long-range shot coming in. It's an air ball, I'm afraid, there from Mamadou Keita. And that's it. That's a wrap for the first half as we see the images of Firas Leani walk away. He knows that, well, he's not going to come on until late in the game because of that 4th foul. But here at the Dakar Arena, it's Stade Malien 37, US Monastir 44. We're going to take a break. Wow, exciting stuff to come. Don't go away. So Stade Malien, the champions of Mali, they want to play with the big boys. They've got a good chance of playing with the big boys. And to become big boys, you've got to play against the big boys to become, you know, a team that will go to Kigali. You've got to perform, you've got to fight. They are playing very well disciplined basketball and doing enough to keep US Monastir in their grasp, which is commendable. They've still got a lot of work to do in the second half. Focus is going to be very important here.
As far as first halves go, in terms of debuts in the BAL-Africa League, you can definitely tick a box and say that they did just about enough. They have the defending champions looking at them and taking them very seriously on the floor, and they should. They got an individual performance from Suleiman Bert, who did pretty well with his 13 points. But what they really did well was attack the glass, and that is going to be a concern because of the foul trouble that we spoke about just coming into this one.
Yeah, it's and that's what we've been discussing, of course, and you can see that it is Stade Malien who will get hold of the ball and get this third quarter going. It's time to get down to business as Konate gets the ball. That Diarra is an absolute menace. He's getting into all sorts of positions, doesn't sink it, 2 bites of the apple, doesn't go, but at the same time, they put themselves in those dangerous positions, Q.
Got the second bite of the cherry and just couldn't finish, and it's important, again, I told you about finishing, that matters, it's so important, especially here in the second half where time pressure is going to be a factor.
You talk cherries, I talk apples. I want to find out what Usher talks about. What does Usher talk about?
I talk about the context, the history of both teams, but particularly Stade Malien coming from one of the most successful basketball nations on the African continent. Great youth programs, both girls and boys, and we can see that in the way that they play, their skill sets. It's just over there for you to see, Robbie and Q.
Thank you, Usher, absolutely. And assistant coaches who have got a lot of rich experience as well in Boubacar Kanouté and Abraham Man, Suleiman Meiga, just bringing all of that extra experience just to bolster Kabakante's ability to try and drive the Stade Malien team in the right direction. We know that they're young, we know that they're very physical. Have they got what it takes to just push US Monastir right to the very end? Randall, Slimane, the ball comes out and into the hands of that man Adami, and there's a travel call going against him down that right side.
Took the responsibility to try and make the one-on-one matchup work, committed the travel and the turnover.
And they go again. You know, 37-44, very close game. They can get points from their possessions. They've already missed a chance at the start of the second half. They need to make sure that every time that they get themselves into that danger zone, they score, which has not just happened there. Dami just gets in the way. Picked up by Randall. Nice block from Gayaza. Slimane doesn't go for a three. Goes out wide, swinging it beautifully. Gayaza in the paint, and that's a beautiful two. He does it so well, spin, rolls, pounces.
He worked very hard to keep position inside the paint. The pass came in eventually, and he was able to convert.
Keita into the hands of Bert. Bert is the man of the minute. He's got 13 points to his game so far. Keita just dropping it into the middle. John Wilkins, father was a former NBA player. 3-pointer just coming off the, doesn't sink, doesn't go up on the scoreboard. For that attempt from Konate. Gayaza to Randall. Adami! It's a beautiful three, it's a big three, and it's just extended their lead to 49.
That's how you earn more playing time. If committing a turnover, you step in and make the wide open jump shot.
And the foul has been committed. He tried to just weave between the thicket, and of course drawing the foul as he tried to rise up and get himself those points. Doesn't sink the layup, but he does get a foul by Adami.
Well, he certainly made an impression so far, Suleiman Bert, 22 years old, and in the road to the BAL-Africa League, he's averaging 14.8 points a game, an additional 5.3 rebounds, and also 1.8 assists. So he does put up large numbers, he's a double-digit scorer, and we're seeing live evidence of that in this opening encounter.
You know, there was something that Kamakante was talking about coming into the BAL. He said, you know, we need to improve. We know that we need to improve. The areas, it's the offensive part of our game. You know, the defensive game has been pretty slick. You know, the rebounds, they've been covering themselves quite well. Of course, this will not be seen in a moment of madness where they go and score, but not on this occasion. And that's somewhere they need to work on the offensive play. When they get the ball into the hands of that danger man, Suleiman Bert, they look promising, but he can't do this alone.
No, he can't do it alone. They have tried to move the ball within the structure of the offense, but US Monastir's defense has also been pretty resolute. they force turnovers on some really great help coverages.
Here's Birds going for three. Oh, it's an absolute beautiful three-pointer there from Bird out wide. And look at the score. He's up to 17 points now. Beautifully delivered from down the left side. Adami. Chiwaya's come back on it. Foul has been committed. Keita.
Another look at that wonderful three-pointer, just defense, a foot behind, breath in rhythm, and he knocks down a three.
8 points, Slimane in the paint. Gets the ball back. Bert doing some good, strong defensive play there to stop Slimane from just... He untangles himself, doesn't he? You know, from human contact to find a little bit of space and then rises up like a phoenix. Oh, it's just gone over the line, so they'll get possession. And a little bit of pressure here on US Monastir. We haven't mentioned Leani. I think that they probably just moved on from the Leani situation a little bit, but he's not actually... Is he at the back? Because I can't actually see him.
Can't see him either.
I think he's still in the locker room, maybe. Maybe.
Quite possibly.
Trying to deal with his demons, I suppose. Taking that in a positive way, if you like. Well, it's wonderful stuff. That's a great score. And just using his physicality, Ahmed Adami driving through. Konate. Mid-range two-pointer that just doesn't fall. But there's a good defensive rebound there. And who is it? It's that man, Aliou Diarra again.
Diarra once again on the offensive glass, and he gets the finish this time. They are really struggling to keep this team off the board. A charge call, offensive foul. Push off.
And once again, you see, they get possession back, Stade Malien, just at a time where, you know, US Monastir are going, okay, let's quickly switch, click into a different gear. Little mistake, turnover ball. And there is Rwanda. It's just that there's that block there, I think, coming in from Adami.
Yeah, it's actually illegal screens turning into it.
Did so well to try and flick the ball back to a teammate, but there was no one there. Randall in the middle, downtown, hustling. And Adami down the left side. It's a big attempt for three. Slimane draws the foul. Up to the free throw line they go.
Smart work by Slimane here. Keita in front of him. Tough to keep off the boards at the best of times, and then came in, picked up the rebound, and there was contact. Only 3 points for Badouan Slimane so far.
Tomanjan Konate just made his entrance. 21 years of age, another Bamako-born player. Keita, big long-range shot. And is this going against Adami? I think it might be. And you can see the body language from Miodrag Perisic. Very frustrated with this. And it is Adami's up to 3 now. So he's second player up to 3, and with, of course, Leani on 4. Thomas, the other player, we haven't seen much of him since the start of the third quarter. Keita.
Got to move it quick.
Oh, just a little bit short there, and then very frustrating there from Aliou Diarra. Shot clock goes down. And I think let's hear from Asha. Asha, what are your thoughts about this? There's a bit of a lull in activity. Stade Malien not exploiting the possession that they're actually getting.
Well, obviously, Robbie, when you think about how games are determined, it's always, you know, the third quarter. How do you approach the third quarter. And so far, Stade Malien are not doing enough, especially up against the defending champions of this BAL. But let's see if they can recover. They're doing well on the boards.
Thanks, Sasha. Bert getting the ball out wide. There's a chance. That is the layup is beautifully done. Look at that from John Wilkins. You know, he learned a few skills from his dad, former Utah Jazz player, of course, 6 seasons in the NBA, so he knows a little bit about, you know, scoring, of course.
He might just know a little bit about the game.
Diarra goes down, and Choya goes down, and possession into the hands. Look at that. There's a slip. And a little bit of ground activity there. We will take a break, 45-53. It's timeout. We'll be back in a moment. 4:35 left in the third quarter. Stade Malien trailing to US Monastir, defending champions from Season 2 of the BAL-Africa League. And they have a chance to try and attack. And the long shot coming out from out wide, but look at that. Pick it up, put it in. That's how you do it. Diarra's the man.
That's his 6th offensive rebound. Diarra, again, just being super active and using his length. He has the knack for being in the right place at the right time of the offensive glass.
He's got the knack. He's got the knack. He's doing it so well. And there's a chance, and it's been picked up, and here they go again. Makan Keita down. Oh, there's a little pull of the shirt, and Namakam Traore scoring 2 there. And look at this, 49-53. We're in for a tantalizing finale.
That was a great finish. There was a little bit of a pull. The referees let it go, and this pressure started to build. Turnover.
A pressure cooker situation. How do you say that in French?
You tell me.
Yeah, I can't do that simultaneously, I promise you. And for the haute pression. Here we go. Bert driving in. Oh, it's a brilliant block. That really was Gayaza. Fist bump to the air as that man, the dangerous Jerome Randall, picks up the pieces. Gayaza looking for options. Slimant's back on the court, goes for a 3-pointer. And it's not sinking, it's not working too well, his long-range shooting so far, Q.
It hasn't worked at all. Big time rebound again. Diarra, he gets up to rebound number 11.
John Wilkins frustrated with his long-range shooting as it comes back off the metal. Randall, there's a bit of intensity here at the moment. It's speed, it's sped up a little bit. That's a good shot, isn't it? And I think that was a 2-pointer from Randall just on the edge of the D, but it came at a very important time, 49-55, and the accelerator has been hit. We're into a sit gear, I believe, Q.
Still, great shot. Randall is so clinical when he pulls up. You almost feel like he'll make every single shot. There's contact again, Diarra.
Yeah, foul going against Slimane on that occasion. It gives us the chance to go and pick the brains of Usher. Usher, where are you? You're playing jumpy, aren't you? Is Usher? Oh, she'll be with us in a minute. She's busy gathering information, of course. That's what she does.
Absolutely. Somewhere in this arena, there's the shot by Diarra being contested live by Gayaza.
Have we got Usher now?
Yes, talking about Gayaza, of course he has to step up, especially looking at what has happened with Layani, just being out of the game, 4 fouls. I know that he's a very aggressive player. He would have loved to contribute more to this game, but he's sitting this one out, and Gayaza had to step up.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? You know, he hasn't even come back out of the locker room, which basically means that he's not in the game now. You know, the moment that he couldn't, or maybe it was a coach's decision, he's not there, is he? Oh, he is there, of course he's there. Okay, sorry, thank you, Asher. Just clarifying the situation. I'm not tall enough to be able to see over the big trees that are here. Randall. And Keita doing really well. He's hassling, and the shot clock down to 3 seconds. Got to get the ball out wide. That's a long-range effort. It's been picked up. It's been tidied up. Good work from Ruben Chidiello. Here they go. Traore gets the ball out. Here's Bert. Bert's on a bit of a wander. That's another foul, that is. You can see, I think it was Chinyelo who actually drew the foul. Thomas has got his 4th foul, and this is serious stuff because we're not even in the final quarter.
Again, it's that Brent and Diarra combination. They feed off each other. So the pass comes in, and Thomas can contest all he wants. He had a hand on the arm of the offensive player, and he picks up his 4th foul. A little bit of frustration on his face, understandably so, because he's got to stay on the floor, but he's not going to be able to do that with just 4 fouls in that column. It's the 3rd US Monastir player to go into 4 fouls.
Yeah, this is, and you know, they're not out of trouble yet. US Monastir, there's a lot of basketball to be played. Diarra tries to drop in those points. Are precious now. You've got to take full advantage. Bualek, first season playing for US Monastir. Great drive, but well, unable to finish off the little dance and skip through the paint. Oussama Marnaoui draws the foul though.
Changes gears as he gets into the seam, Marnaoui, and then able to extract another foul. It's only the 3rd team foul on the Stade Malien defense.
Joachim Noah, of course, with the BAL president, do Gallo foul. It's just great to be in their presence, you know, and to have all of these basketball minds, great minds, just like yourself, Q. I'll put you in the same category. You played for your national team, you're a national treasure, and, you know, everybody who plays a part in this wonderful competition in every way brings so much.
I appreciate the kind words, Mr. Nog. You know, it's so great to just be in and around this wonderful competitive environment on the continent as the game continues to flourish and grow, and the competition can only get better with the individuals involved in growing the game.
Stade Malien 7 down, US Monastir trying to keep command. The defending champions shaking marginally. Bagayoko up against Slimane. It's a long-range shot. Well, that was firmly flown in from the down on the right side there.
Intentionally went class, was looking for the ball to drop in, but just didn't quite get the angle correct.
Thomas spins. Oh, that is just great. That is the perfect way to get past your defender.
Veteran move, gets the defender on his back. Beautiful spin, even better finish.
Good chance for a long-range shot. Missing points now every time that they get possession. Stade Malien, they can't allow US Monastir to get away. It's a 9-point lead.
Suleiman Barrett, still the only person on this team to hit threes. He's hit 2 threes. No other Stade Malien player has hit a 3 yet.
Thomas 4-3, and this time it goes back into the hands of Slimane. Slimane's not even going to go for it. They start again, calmly. Randall with a wealth of experience, trying to get past his man, and he lofts it up in the air. It's a beautiful score, it really is. And that's taken them to 60 points. Jerome Randall doing the business.
Surgical with ball in hands, clinical in every way.
And this is the end of. Bagayoko needs to release the ball. Too late. And the shot clock, more importantly, the end of the 3rd quarter. And how about that, 49 points for Stade Malien, 60 points for US Monastir. We'll leave you with these images as we head off for a break before the start of the final countdown to the end of this pulsating encounter between the Malian giant Stade Malien and the defending Tunisian champions of the BAL, US Monastir, 49-60. what do you do going into the fourth quarter if you're the coach of Stade Malien, Kabe Kante? Let's have a look at some of the figures here, some of the numbers, some of the stats. Q.
The first thing I think they've got to do is figure out what they can do from beyond the three-point line. 2 of 23 it's been, 5 of 18 for US Monastir, 50% from the field, 8 steals, and the conversion rate still 17 points from the turnovers. It's been clinical as well from US Monastir in general, but they've got to keep their noses in front. There's still a lot of basketball to be played.
Still a lot of basketball to be played. And there's Slimane, who wants to play a little bit more basketball and try and drop in, you know, some of those giant shots from pretty much the other side of Earth. It's not happening at the moment. He's working on it. It's work in progress, as we like to say. As we see this man, Bert, trying to power himself through. Comes back out, picked up by Keita. And, well, working again out into the hands of Bagayoko. Keita down into the paint and around and over the top. He can't drop it in, but they're still in with a chance because they get more seconds on the shot clock. Foul committed. And again, they'll go to the free throw line. And this time, it is that man, Oussama Marnaoui. Now, this gives us a chance to go and get the latest information from Usher on that man, Firas Layani.
Yeah, Robbie, just confirming with the commissioner of this game, saying that Layani is definitely out of this game. The unsportsmanlike foul on Amayo earlier in the game and the technical foul that he got earlier just made sure that he's out, so he's not coming back.
Listen, we trust you with your information because we know what you bring to us. Thank you for the update, Usher. You're an absolute, you're a diamond in that African crown. I told you that. I always tell you that.
And I trust your word.
Getting back to the game, we just saw something quite majestic coming in from downtown.
Another big three from Berth as he continues to be the sole long-range sniper. And there's some contact on the inside. Chinyelo getting involved in physicality and contact in the paint.
Thomas goes up. All the attempted offensive rebounds. Marnaoui unable to do anything about it. It's perfectly stolen. Bagayoko gets the ball back. Oh, it's into the hands and it's thrown back into Marnaoui's possession. And here they go again. Randall down into the corner. Slimane takes out his man. And a beautiful, typical, majestic maneuver there by that man, Slimane.
Read the closeout by Chinyelu. Got inside the defender and made the finish look really easy.
8:18 on the clock. And of course you can see that there's 3 players. Oh no, he's not going to do it again. Yes, he is. Suleiman Bet. 3.
Fourth connection from downtown. He's got his laser locked in on the three-point line.
Marnaoui goes up, he gets taken out in a big way by Brian Bridgeforth. Marnaoui down on the ground. And they'll go, and they'll have a chance to score from the free throw line. A pair of points here to just extend their lead to 64 to make it, what, a 9-point game. But the fact is that every possession, they need to get their points. They've got to be a little bit careful, you know, physically. They can't afford to be physical, of course, Stade Malien, because they don't have the fouls. But you'd rather draw the fouls from those guys who've got 4 fouls, right?
If anything, the message coming in should be to increase the physicality on the defense of US Monastir. See how they respond. The referees are going to call it the way that they do, but you go hard at this veteran team.
Let's see what happens. As Usher said, no Layani, and 2 other players on 4 fouls. That's another long-range shot coming in from Uma Bagayoko, and there was a foul that was committed.
It looked like it was from underneath the rim, and that increase in that call and the hold call is definitely
Slimane. Let's have a look at this again. Slimane's got his arm. I think it's Slimane who picked up the foul. Anyway, 55-64. It doesn't matter because he's He's been very well behaved tonight.
Here's Bagayoko working his magic, finds a bit of space, tries to rattle the ring and hopefully see a drain. It doesn't happen. Retained, made safe, and recycled by US Monastir and BAL-Africa. Randall around the outer perimeter. It's Thomas, and he draws the foul himself. Giniello, I think, gets the foul.
Picking up a technical foul right there. Just off the ball, and that is great play by Randall. Again, he's making smart decisions. Draws the defense, finds Thomas on the cut, and I think it is a technical foul on Giniello.
Nigerian. Saw him in the BAL last season.
BAL Elevate player for the Stade Malien team was in Ferroviario de Beira setup last year, has grown in leaps and bounds. But right now, that foul show, especially in the context of this game, is still 10 points. It's very, very poised on a knife edge. This game can still go anyway.
But Thomas, perfect shooting from the free throw line, and of course he gets a triple attempt, 2 out of 2 on this occasion, and looking to wrap it up. Oh, it looks effortless, brilliant stuff from the Senegalese big Ibrahima Thomas. Up the other end we go, and that's been stolen, or has it? Yes, it has. It's picked up there and taken forward there, and it's a fine score indeed. Randall working really well. You can see what he does, Manawi, working his magic.
Fantastic again. Randall gets the finish. 18 points. He's just compiled by picking his moments and finding his spots and just being in the right place at the right time.
And I've been quite impressed, I must admit, by Amru Oleg, the new recruit for this third season for US Monastir in the BAL. Looking very slick, looking very focused, playing some good basketball, good distribution, good acceleration. You know, that's what we expect from a player in that position.
Secure a place on the US Monastir roster, you've got to do well. That's a very timely tip-in. Barrett continues to do the hard work on the offensive end.
Yeah, 25 points to his name now, Suleiman Bert. Outstanding, 57-69, but they got away now. And Slimane, if he starts dropping in his long-range shots, then they're in trouble. Big-time Stade Malien, and the shot clock goes down to 0. Slimane is a little bit too late to try and find his range on that occasion.
Very, very good defensive possession in the context of the game for the Stade Malien team, forcing the shot clock violation and securing an extra possession. Bagayoko goes off, comes in, the veteran Keita. He's got to try and find his range. He's got to give them a little bit more from the perimeter down the stretch.
Yeah, Gayaza replaces Slimane as well, so you can see that there's some tactical decisions that are being made here. Slimane will come back on, of course, into the hands of Makan Keita. He's got Diarra outside of him. He goes to the big shot himself, underside of the ring, and comes back out. And that's a really good pass, a little bit too firm. Great defensive play just to get in the way. Mamadou Keita doing the business.
We spoke about their defense, and they do a fantastic job of putting hands in the lane and also getting up to contest the shot, especially in transition. Great work by Keita on that one.
There he is, Slimane, 7 points, 2 fouls, and he hasn't brought his A game today, Slimane. We'll probably see more of him later on. Oh, how about that? That is remarkable. He's the man of the minute, Suleiman Bert.
another three-pointer from an identical position a few minutes ago.
Talking about bringing your A game, he certainly packed that in his bag this evening.
Absolutely, great layup. Got rid of his defender, around the outside, and then inside he goes. Layup, perfectly scored as well from that man, Boaleg. Playing some great beat ball today.
Defensively, they have been tough to break down. Every single time you think that Stade Malien figured it out, you just have an extra gear and make a big bucket on the other end.
There's a mid-range shot coming in from Diarra, but it's gone right over the top. Easily picked up there by Randall. Got to keep an eye on the clock now. Now it's going to be an intrepid journey to try and reel in the defending champions. 16 turnovers for US Monastir, 14 for Stade Malien. Points from turnovers, which is a big plus for the Tunisians, 19.
Stade Malien have improved their points from turnovers in the second half for sure.
That's nice from Diarra if he can get that in. All his offensive rebound coming in from that man, Brian Bridgeforth.
But he gets called for the push foul inside the paint.
And it looks like there's a timeout. 60 points to 71. We're going to take a break and come back for the final 4 minutes 34 of this BAL encounter. Stade Malien and US Monastir here in Dakar. It's 4:34 to try and turn things around for Stade Malien, the debutants in the BAL this season, whereas US Monastir 71 holding on. Well, Radwan Slimane looking into the distance. Focused on something? I don't know. Has he done enough? No, he hasn't done what he normally does. We'll see a lot more from him coming into the next games, of course, and there's a lot of basketball to be played, but hasn't been bringing his A game today.
Well, a picture speaks 1,000 words, and looking off into the distance with just 4:34 left, he may still have a role to play, depending on what happens in terms of the foul situation on the floor. But he definitely will want to pick up his play. He's seen this situation many, many times in his career.
Yeah, he's a veteran in that department, and we'll see exactly if he does come back on. Arsha, your thoughts coming into this? We've seen a lot of drama. We've seen a player go off very early in Kelvin Amayo. Wish him the best of luck with that hit in the head. So much has happened.
Yes, so much has happened since Amayo went off, but really when you look at how US Monastir have managed this game, every time Stade Malien tried to get into, you know, maybe 3 or 5, 6, 7 points, they pull away US Monastir. They have the experience, they have the exposure, they understand what's at stake. They know they're coming into this tournament as the defending champions, and everyone will be trying to bring them down, but they're steady. 4 minutes to play, and they're still in charge of their destiny.
Traveling call going against US Monastir. You're right on the money there, Asha, to be perfectly honest with you. We know that champions will always be champions. They've proved themselves. They've provided us with some extraordinary basketball over the past few seasons, and they will not lie down. Even if they are being rattled, even if they have been rattled, they always come back, Hugh.
They say it's difficult to get to the top. It's even harder to stay there, and that certainly rings true in all sports.
Is that your personal motto?
It must be Q's motto.
It is, right? He's just made that up. So for everybody who's listening and watching, that is Q's own motto. But honestly, you know, respect. That's all I can say, bro. The long-range shot coming in from the left-hand side. It just doesn't fall. And now's the chance. A backlash. Can they turn things around? Then going on a bit of a wander. Oh, it's been swatted away. Look at that. Brilliant stuff coming from Manawi. Tries to put it in. Randall picks it up, makes it tidy, starts again.
Almost a perfect basketball play, turning defense into offense. Now we just could not get that finish.
Randall goes wriggling out wide, and a long-range shot. He gets it this time. How about that? A big score, a very important score. And then all of a sudden, US Monastir have towered themselves up to a 14-point lead.
Marnawi to 11 points on that make.
Magnificent Manawi. How do you say that in Arabic?
You tell me once again.
Come on. Asha will tell us. Yalla.
I'm watching you from the corner of my eye, the two of you.
Yeah. I thought you were playing jumping. That's what you told us a couple of minutes ago.
Oh, look at you.
Come on. Here we go. It's been teed up. Oh, swatted away. The defensive play there coming from that man, Zamalek. They'll get possession once again, and they'll go again. Bert will have the ball in his hands. They know that they've got to fight to the very death.
Points difference could be a factor. They will continue to work hard on every single possession. Concern here on the floor.
It's a bit of cramp, I think.
As Tiara just goes to ground, he's been fantastic on both ends of the glass. Just relentless. He's so long, he's so lithe, and he uses that freight so well. He's listed at 203, which is about 6'8", and 21 years old.
And still growing. I always say that.
No,
I'm just kidding.
No.
What I say about you, you're still growing.
In knowledge, Q, in knowledge.
Tiara takes a walk off the floor, and he's going to have that scene too. They will need him for the rest of the games in this conference.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of cramp, you know, and when you got that cramp, you got to shake it off. But it's the end of the game, of course, last couple of minutes, and he should be fine. Into the hands of this man, the danger man. Oh, he can't do it again, can he? This time it doesn't fall, rattles the rim. Suleiman Bert, a busy man today. 26 points. So is Randall. Randall loses possession on this occasion. And there he is. Bert gets the ball back. Keita mid-range two. It's a little bit short. Just kind of took up the power and didn't eject properly.
Just been off rhythm the entire game, Keita. They're going to need him a little bit to perform at a higher level in later contests.
In a beautiful rhythm and rhyme of what's happening here. We got some fantastic percussion drums that's taking place here at the Dakar Arena. And, you know, if we want to talk about a rhythm and rhyme, I think we can go to Bamako and understand there was a music boom in the 1980s in Bamako that is basically with Salif Keita, and he basically triggered, you know, music and percussion and the drums, and everybody went out into the streets and started playing during this this boom that took place. Music being very much the beat of a nation, Mali being a very musical and very cultured country indeed, and it's something that, you know, you've got to appreciate. So go and visit.
Definitely on the bucket list.
No, on the list, full stop. Not even on a bucket list. Go there more times and again and again.
You need to explain how well traveled you are and how much of this continent you've seen. And so this is not just randomly generated knowledge, it's experience speaking on the part of you.
It's all about love for the continent and passion for the game. There's a little tussle. And you can see the clock down to 1:23:62:76. Straight to the free throw line. You know, what will Kante take from this? He'll take a lot from this, but he needs to work, and they need to really sort out how they should just not give the ball away, the transition plays, how to make the ball safe, how they need to offensively just sharpen it up a little bit and create a few more options in trying to score. Suleiman Bert has been outstanding. A few more, if we can clone him. No, I'm just kidding. You know, just get some of the other players to do what he's doing.
They're playing against the defending champions. It's a benchmark. This is the best team and was the best team in the BAL-Africa League in Season 2. They're trying to regain their championship. And so you have a guide in terms of what to expect in terms of competition for the rest of this. But US Monastir down the stretch, just making better decisions and more clinical. Stade Malien have been good in pieces and periods of the game. The one area that has been glaring has been the three-point line, and this is why I talked a little bit about Keita. I saw Bagayogo came in to try and replace him, and he's a long-range shooter as well, but they've got to find some additional areas to score. Over-reliance on the play of Suleiman Bert, and alongside Diarra, they had double-digit scoring in the road to the BAL-Africa League, 14 and 11 points respectively, but they've got to spread it a little more.
Yeah, they definitely need to spread it out a little more. The fact is that they will take a lot from this, but they'll also start to prepare the next game, you know, at the end of this one. And it's up against the Quara Falcons, who are also debutants here on the BAL, who put in a good fight at the very start before falling to Reg. That will be a very interesting battle at 2:30, and that will take place on Tuesday afternoon, with the ABC Fighters up against Reg. Those two teams victorious in their opening game. So there's it's fun and games, excitement, drama, a trilogy of excitement, and we're looking forward to all of these games and all of these battles.
It's hashtag team no days off. There's no break at all.
So true. And here he is, Bert, going on a drive into the paint and a mid-range two. That's beautifully done, isn't it? Just, you know, floating it over the top.
30 points. A great individual offensive showcase, Suleiman Bert.
Racing in, crashing in, Mamadou Keita to try and get hold of the ball. He committed the foul in the process, of course. And, well, I think that we'll go straight up to the free throw line. And on this occasion, it will be Houssam Mahemli. Look at that. It's extraordinary. He's the top scorer in the BAL after the first matches of every single team. 30 points, Suleiman Bert. All credit to the man who's managed to unleash a whole barrage of three-point moments for us today.
And he's still the only Stade Malien player who's hit threes in this one. A fantastic individual performance, and he'll continue to try and replicate that as conference play unfolds.
Look at him, he's got it all as well. It started off perfectly. Can he finish off on a high? He has to get the ball out. The shot clock down to 6. High long-range shot, and it's been smuggled away. Very nicely done out of the hands of Thomas and Diar. Sorry, it's not Diar, it's Mohamed Pa, with a really good piece of defensive play. There's a nice little moment with Bert and Mahemli.
Trying to put it back, and that's why a lighthearted moment as he missed the dunk. That's probably the only thing that's gone wrong for him today on the offensive end.
Sorry. Picked up here, and the ball goes out. Keita picks it up. There's another chance. Here he goes, Bert, and trying to drop it up. And Gayaza is the player who commits the foul. Keep on doing this on a few plays, and they might be with a chance of doing something. It's a 14-point difference, 37.9.
Adami called for the unsportsmanlike foul, and that's the challenge, where you've got to make sure that you are going for the basketball.
Leg is the player. Well, what an incredible performance, and there he is. Sportsmanlike foul for that man, Amrou Boualeg. Down into the corner, give it to Bert. What can Bert do? Goes again, he draws another foul. No, but he commits the foul on this occasion. I think it's a charge, isn't it, for Bert?
Picking up the call once again, and with 33.9 seconds left, this one we can safely say is in the books. The defending champions will pick up their opening win, but the pressure's still on. Coach Kabakan going into a full court press here.
Only way to do it, last few seconds. Mahemli out wide, long range shot coming in. Thomas again. Nicely done, wonderful, look at this, Bert. Oh, dunk it, smashing, get it in there.
This time gets the opportunity to finish it off. He finishes the game as he started it with a two-handed throwdown.
That was Bert elastic. Oh, Thomas a little bit too high from Gayaza, and that's the end of this third encounter, this third battle And Stade Malien unable to reel in the defending champions of the BAL-Africa League from last season. Miodrag Perisic and his men victorious today for their opener here for season 3. Stade Malien 68, US Monastir 78.
Fantastic opening performance. They were tested at very many times throughout this one. Stade Malien can definitely take some positives out of this. They were great on the offensive glass. They got a great individual performance from a couple of their players. There is lots of room for improvement and adjustment, and that's the way that you got to look at it in tournament play. Take the losses, take the lessons, pick up where you can, and move forward. For the champions, or defending champions, it's business as usual, and they were really tested. We have a look at the top scorers, and there is those 34 points from Suleiman Bert, then 12 of 23 from the field, 7 of 14 it was for Alou Diarra, 14 and 14 his double-double. On the other side, Jerome Randall, 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. He was so clinical and did everything that mattered. Ibrahima Thomas continues his trend of double-doubles with 11 points and 10 rebounds. Layani chipped in with 9 before he was ejected from the game, and Gayaza with his 8 and 7 as well.
Do you remember Solomon Diabate? Well, I think that Jerome Randall has most definitely sort of, taken that role and really found himself the perfect role here for US Monastir. We're going to join Usher, who's joined with Jerome Randall.
Well, Robbie, I'm here with the man himself, Rondo. 18 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds today. Perfect start for you with US Monastir. How are you feeling after the game?
I feel great. It's always hard, that first game. I mean, everybody know that. Just the first game jitters. The big arena for the young guys, but I'm glad we came out with the W.
You had 7-point lead at halftime. How important was it for you to have, a great performance in the second half of the game?
I just continue to reiterate, let's play the game the right way. We was taking too many quick shots as a team, and I told those guys, listen, let's get the ball movement side to side. It's much harder, for defense to continue to play once the ball is moving consistently. So we started to do that, and we was able to sustain the lead.
Now, lastly, Randall, US Monastir, the defending champions of this tournament. How important was it for you to win the first game of the Sahara Conference?
Very important. I mean, you go into the second game 0-1. I mean, obviously that's a bad look. Your back is against the wall. We didn't want to deal with that today. So it was really important for us to get this win tonight.
All right, thank you so much, Randall, and all the best in your next game.
Thank you.
All right, Robbie, back to you.
Thanks so much, Shasha. Thank you, Jerome. Yeah, very important. And these are the words coming from, you can see the words coming from Yamahimi to the youngster, of course, from the BAL Elevate. But let's have a look at the stats here. 68-78, the final score, 10-point lead. Look at the field goal percentage, 47-34. They were down on the three-pointers at one stage. They came back, and it was that man Birds who probably made a difference, but they came up short.
He shot all of them, and the assist numbers tell you that the ball was being spread from side to side, and as alluded to by Jerome Randall in that interview, it was a really great day of BAL-Africa League